dealer is a dealing man, yeah.
I'm a Plymouth dealer, a dealing man. And right now I'm giving the best deal ever on that new Plymouth Barracuda.
Hey, man, the name of the Plymouth Fastback is the Barracuda.
I can't pronounce Barracuda.
Yeah, well, look, man, try this. Say back.
Ra.
Coo. Da.
Da.
Now put it all together.
Baba, ra, cuckoo, da.
Well, it ain't Barracuda, man, but I think we got a hit record.
Hello, everybody, wherever you may be, from coast to coast and sea to shining sea. Welcome back to Ham Radio Live, where the world comes to talk radio. Welcome back. Requested by Andy New, Mike 7, Charlie Union, November in UK. It is the Barracudas with Summer Fun. Keeping our summer themes, opening the shows for the week. Hi, everybody. It's Wednesday, August 8th, 2022. Wherever you're coming from around the world, away we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Shack in Oregon. My name's Larry. My call sign Amateur Radio is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Welcome to Ham Radio Live. It's so good to see you guys. Missed you yesterday, but grateful to see you today. We really would like to help you to get your amateur radio license. And it's such a great hobby. It's not only fulfilling, it's helpful, and it's learning, and you make a lot of friends too. You really do. There's a great way to get started. Contact a large group like the American Radio Relay League, www.arrl.org. Just hit the Contact Us bar. Let them know where you're located and you'd like to get your license. And this is for anywhere in the world where you're seeing the show. They'll send you an email back. It'll have as close to an amateur radio club that you can contact, get to know, and they'll teach you what amateur radio is about. They'll help you get licensed and possibly help you even with gear to get you started. That's a pretty cool thing, right? It all starts, though, with you. Get a hold of the American Radio Relay League, www.arrl.org. If you're coming from the WRMI CQ Calling Show, I'd like to welcome you. We send out EQSL cards for people who work us here that get the call on CQ Calling, powered by ICOM. ICOM for the love of ham radio. Here are the locations around the world. The WRMI transmits the show worldwide. If you do work me, just let me know what the show was about. Give me a few show elements that are in it, and you'll get an EQSL card. All right. We have a show email here, cqhamradiolive@gmail.com, and our Discord page. It's called ham-radio-live. There'll be a link in the description section of this video for you, all right? Today's topic question, that isn't it. And why it's there like that, I don't know, but here's the right one. What famous ham would you like to have a QSO with? Let me know. We'll make it part of today's show. All right? Let's get into your weather today. Your weather is powered by ICOM. ICOM for the love of ham radio. Here's your A1A. Well, things are getting better. And the interesting thing is we gained another sunspot today. We were down to one, and then a second one joined, and conditions are improving. Here is a little look at the backside, and you see the two sunspots there, but there's one coming, all right? Now, the Solar Ham says there's only one sunspot facing Earth, but everything I'm showing shows more than one. So we're going to go at two and a possible third coming from the southeast limb. Coronal hole map right here. And you can just see it's like Swiss cheese facing Earth. 9, 10, and 7 all facing us. And we do have a solar wind component, unfortunately, today that's causing a little bit of problems because of this today. Last 5 days of your geomagnetic activity, these are the sunspots that are on the sun as they progress through the last 5 days. You kind of see how the sun moves around and how the southern spots kind of move around as well. Here is your solar flare detection. They show 2 sunspots in the front. I think there's 3 based on everything I see, at least. Like right here that shows that there's 1, 2 at least, and a third one coming. So I guess that would be 2, right? Okay. Almost an M flare here, not more than an hour and a half, 2 hours ago. Again, good conditions. That's coming from sunspot number 3068. Look how large that is. It's a very, very large area on the southern hemisphere of the sun. So good conditions and possibility again for maybe an M flare today. We'll see what happens. SFI currently up 3 from yesterday at 98 today. Sunspot number 25, that's down 7. Area number, though, is also up. It's up 60 now to 180. KP index, this is your noise floors, are static on the bands right now. Here is what they look like today. It's going to be a little loud today. It'll start to go down as the day progresses. Tonight we should have lower noise floors, also lower noise floors for Thursday and Friday as well. QRZ conditions, SFI 98, solar number is 37. There's your A index of 9. It's a little bit high. It's not quite to the point where it's going to cause a lot of disruption, but there'll be a little bit there. K index is 2. BZ latitude, now this has nothing to do with coronal holes, but it's a minus 4.4, and that can cause some disruption in the northern hemisphere for propagation in our ionosphere. So keep an eye on the band. You'll probably get quite a bit of fade, also known as QSB, today on the band. Solar wind almost at the cautionary level of 500 kilometers per second. Look at that. Solar wind right now, 499.7 kilometers per second. 6 and 4 meter east skips open today. EME degree for moon bouncers is fair. Your HF conditions they're there. I don't know if we get that far, and here's why. The Kilo Charlie 2 Golf map really spells it out pretty well. You might get 15, but it'll be more in the late part of the day. Okay, so just be patient with it. 17 currently in Fairbanks, 21 Southern California, 20 in the northern part of Idaho, about 19 in Denver, 19 also Great Lakes, 19 in the New England area. You see, the United States just doesn't have a lot of numbers yet. Now, Great Britain and Europe did earlier today. They were hitting 15 meters, so we'll see what happens today. If you're down around Guyana, about 27 megahertz, North Brazil 25, Sao Paulo now is at 23. Heading towards Africa, 10 meters in the north if you're near Libya, and then heading all the way south, they have everything. They'll go from literally 20 to 10 meters in the whole continent. So 10 meters in the north and around the Sahara, then it comes back in the center of the continent, right around the democratic portion of the Congo there, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, I should say. And then southward into South Africa right now, 8 megahertz. Far east, 13 in Tokyo. If you're in Australia, it's nice and dark, but good conditions are coming your way. Currently, you're on the 40-meter band, but boy, do you have a good day ahead. A ham and shortwave forecast for today, powered by ICOM. ICOM for the love of ham radio. SFIs will continue to increase through Friday. Noise floors to decrease later on today. Should stay at about an S0 to S1 at times through Friday night. Voice bands in the northern hemisphere, 20, 17, and 15. Possible 12 and 10 late in the day in the southern part of the northern hemisphere. Equatorial latitudes 20, 17, 15, 12, and 10. Southern hemisphere 20, 17, 15, 12, and 10. If you're north of Brisbane in Australia, you should get the 12 and 10 meter band. South of Brisbane, which is roughly about, about 20 degrees. Anywhere south of Brisbane in Australia, you're going to be working 20, 17, 15. You won't get 12 and 10. About the same thing for Namibia there for Winan, and the same thing for the central part of South America. Noise floors to drop tonight for our nighttime ham bands. Stay low also through Friday night, which is great. Noise floors, they are the key to making great calls. Nighttime ham band openings tonight, 160, 80, 75, 60, 40, 30. Your best DX, maximum usable frequency at sunset. We're 20 meters in the north. Work 40 and 80 in the south, okay? You'll get some really good calls. Also, don't discount 20 meters if you're in the southern hemisphere in the afternoon, because in the evening hours where people are working 20, you might make calls to the east. It's just amazing how many calls are being made out the Pacific towards New Zealand and Australia and Japan. Shortwave listeners, your daytime bands today should be the 31, 25, 22, and 19 meter band. Nighttime shortwave 120, 90, 75, 60, 49, 41, 31, 25, 22, and 100% of 19 meters in the northern hemisphere about 2 hours after sunset. and the signals will fade away. And I've got a couple of recordings for shortwave. We're going to use WWV for one of them, and also a different one, just to kind of give you an idea of nighttime shortwave. And we're going to look at shortwave radio during this show as well. So we've got some people who watch the channel who are shortwave enthusiasts, and I really want to make sure that we include them in the show as well. I'd like to welcome you here. We'll figure out who's first, second, and third before we go too darn much farther, because otherwise people are going to be wondering.
Who's on first? What's on second? I don't know who's on third.
For the very third time, and this is amazing, this is 3 in a row this has happened, all right? Stian Bjørsvik now. This is number 9, first into the show from Norway. Give him a big old beep beep. Hey, Stian, welcome. Lima Alpha 5, Lima Tango Alpha. He's chasing the ape. He's chasing the smoking ape. Well done, Stian. Congratulations. Good evening to you all the way in Norway today. Up number 2 from Georgia, November 4, Juliet Echo Hotel. Welcome, Jenna. Good to see you. Well done. Well done. Okay. That's enough. That's enough, crowd. That's enough. Thank you, Jenna. Congratulations on getting number 2. That's great. Whining. So we got Europe first, right? And then we've got North America second. Third, from the continent of Africa, from Namibia, that is Whining. Welcome, Whining. Nice to have you here at the show. Good evening to you, buddy, all the way in Namibia in Africa. Treat to have you. I hope you enjoyed today's show, my friend. I really do. Also joining us, Andy County from the UK, 2 Echo 0 Romeo Echo Echo. Scotter Dog is here. Welcome to the show.
What is going on here?
Whiskey 6 Juliet India Mike. Look at that. Really cool new emoji. Well done, mate. That's good. Morse code spoken here. Good to see you. My goodness. Tom is here all the way from Bahrain, right? Yeah, back in Bahrain. Welcome, Tom, all the way from the Middle East. My goodness. Wow. Unbelievable. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4 continents are here right now live. Thank you, Tom, for coming. Now go to bed, for goodness sakes. It's late. Hi, Bob. My brother Bob, courtesy WIFI. Nice to have you here. William is here from Akron, Ohio. Alpha Delta 8, India Tango. Welcome, show. Good group today. It's a nice group. Hope you enjoyed today's show. Daniel's here from New Hampshire. Daniel, I always appreciate you coming. I don't say it enough. Thank you very much for being part of the show today.
Well, I'm all broken up without getting the experts.
Iowa's here too. Check it out. That's Kevin from Iowa, Kilo 0 Kilo Lima Bravo. A wonderful YouTube channel and an even better human being. Welcome, Kev. Nice to have you today. Happy Wednesday. It's hump day. Whinin' Roar from Africa. Good to see you, my friend. And also a pleasure to be a part of your day today. Rudolph Smith, Papa Delta 2, Sierra Romeo Sierra. Welcome back to the show. Always good to have you. It's so good to see you guys. Casey, Kilo Charlie 7, Alpha Bravo Charlie. Welcome back. Nice to have you back here from Phoenix. Thanks for coming. Also, back-to-back Arizonas. Look at that. Rob joins us. November 7, Tango Alpha. He's in Tucson. Hi, Rob. Got people all over the world. It's amazing. It's very humbling. So thank you, guys. Roger and Molly are here. Kilo Juliet 7, Lima Lima X-Ray, and K9. Welcome. The Northwest of the United States. Welcome. Ron Molinsky from the Seattle area. Hello there. November 8 Whiskey Charlie Romeo. Welcome, sir. I mean, just a great group from all over the world today. And there's Andy New, Mike 7, Charlie Union November, the guy that we actually played the opening song for. That was his request. It was. Yep. Barracuda's Summer Fun. I'd never heard it. I never had. So when I played it I was kind of previewing the song, right? Because this is the week we're doing summer song openings. And so we're taking requests from people and we're trying to play as many of them as we can. And Andy requested that song. It's a fun song. It really is. Andy, thanks for that. Good idea. Jeff, thanks for the links. Appreciate you dropping those. Thank you very, very much. And Tom in Bahrain, I think Stian is a bot, lightning fast. Indeed. He's got the skills. No kidding. No kidding. Jenna, first one to answer today's topic question. Topic question today, by the way, what famous ham would you like to have a QSO with? And Jenna from Georgia, answer to today's question. Oh gosh, does Larry count? No.
Hey, boy,
No.
come here,
No.
quick.
Never famous. But bless your heart. Thank you, Jenna. That's nice. How humbling is that? Thank you. That's very, very nice. Andy New, Mike 7, Charlie November answers topic question. They would love to have had a QSO with Chet Atkins. That would have been cool, right? Think about that. A QSO with Chet Atkins. It'd be hard to let go of the microphone, wouldn't it? I mean, Andy, wouldn't it have been hard to let go of the microphone if you had that chance? You know, because let's say he's working a pileup, right? Then all of a sudden you want to talk to him. Oh, would it be hard to say 73 on that one? Oh, boy. No kidding. Tom in Bahrain, by way of Bulgaria. I've got to get used to saying Bahrain again, Tom. I'm sorry. He says, easy answer, QSO with K7HN. My gosh, man. I want you to know, I did not put this up for that reason. That's not it. Tom, thank you. Really? How? Wow. Wow. Thank you. I mean that very, very much. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's very kind. Jeff, thanks for the links again. You're doing a great, great job. Winan in Namibia. K7HM would be a pleasure to work with as you make my day, Larry. I am not famous. Please, no. I just do a YouTube show. You know, I'm pretty simple. I really am. And, you know, I want to apologize. I was like 39 or 40 minutes late today. I tried to answer everybody. I made a goal this morning, got up at like 6 to get the sprinklers going, the dogs watered and fed and walked and all that. Anyway, so my hope was to get back to everybody who had gotten a hold of me today and get QSO cards out, my QSO cards out again. And I was like, it was like an hour and 20 minutes before the show was supposed to start. And I'm just getting home. And I'm like, I'm never going to make it. I still have a shower to take. So I'm a little late. Thank you, Wyan, for your kind words. That's very nice to say that. The reason I bring it up is because I'm just a normal guy. I'm not anybody famous at all. Not at all. Aaron Lutz, waving. And I think he'd like to make a call with all these guys. Andy, Stan, Ron, Jeff, and Winan. That's pretty cool.
Well, hog gravy and chitlins.
Nice work, man. That's cool. By the way, and here's Dwight Hitchens, and we're going to honor him today on the show. Yes, we are. Yep. We're going to honor you, Dwight, for watching the show. Thank you for being here. Pretty cool. Jeff, also, just dropping some great links today. Thank you. Yeah. Let's time and see when the bots come. Just wait. They'll be here eventually, probably. And Jeff says, I jumped the gun the last one. No, you did just fine. You did just fine. Aaron Lutz, Victor Echo 5 Lima Golf. Hey, I had a QSO with the Isle of Man on 20 meters last night at 3 a.m. local time. That is fantastic. Wow, Aaron, that's awesome, man. That's a great call. Congratulations, man. Wow, that's really good. Because he's coming all the way from the west part of Canada. That's pretty cool. Wow. Ron Walensky, November 8 Whiskey, Charlie Romo. This is cool. I'd like to have a QSO with Bob Heil, then Joe Walsh. I had my QSO with Larry already. Thanks, Ron. It's funny. Oh, boy. Yeah. Mine personally, I'll tell you in a few moments. Patty Roach, 2 Echo 0 Tango Whiskey Delta. Hi, Larry and friends. Great to be here live. We're grateful that you're here. Thank you.
Hey, boy, come here, quick.
Absolutely. This is great. Charlie from Red Summit Reference. Hi, Charlie. Happy afternoon to you, buddy. QSO card is in the doggone mail to you. Short timer meetings today. You are awesome, Larry. Bless your heart. Thank you, Charlie. But I think the best YouTube channel on YouTube is right there. Right there at Red Summit Drive. Charlie, November, Juliet, 7 Victor. Even a better person than a YouTube channel, which is really hard to do. Thank you, Charlie. Yeah. Thank you for your kindness. That's very nice to say. Winan in Africa, Bob Howe would be nice. Absolutely. That'd be a nice QSO, wouldn't it? Another one hard to let go of, right? Acid Drop, that's Siobhan. She's in London, but she's from Ireland, and we love her to pieces. Hi, Siobhan. And she's going to Antarctica, too. How cool is it? How many people do you know are going to Antarctica? I mean, you think about people who are going like to islands or going a long place away, right? But like she's going to Antarctica. Well, love to have you, Siobhan, on an upcoming show. To answer questions, I think people would love that. Don't you? Wouldn't you guys love that? Seriously. That would be so cool to have her on just to answer questions. I think you'd be phenomenal. Tom from Bahrain, Randy, Kilo 7 Alpha Golf Echo would be cool. I've heard Randy here in Bahrain several months ago. The big one would have been Juliet Yankee 1. That would be the late King Hussein. Yeah. Amazing, amazing ham. One of the very best. I mean, seriously. And he loved the hobby. He wanted to grow it. He wanted to help people have a little conversation with him. It wasn't just about getting cues and pace and hurry. It was about sharing a little time with the king. Wow. Unbelievable. Daniel, New Hampshire, going to be 99 degrees tomorrow in New Hampshire. Fairly certain I'll burst into flames when I go out and check the mail. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Oh no. Daniel, that's a very bad thing. 99. IT guy, welcome back. My goodness, from California, Kilo 6 Union India is in the house today. Welcome back, buddy. Nice group. This is a wonderful group. And Patty, thanks for the kind words regarding my brother. That's very, very nice. Scholar Dog. Now, this is cool because he had 2 call signs. He really did. He had this one from D.C., has one from his home state in, I think it was Arizona, if I remember right. Barry Goldwater, the late senator. Well, nice one, Scholar Dog. And what's interesting is right after him is Casey, who also lives in Arizona, Senator Barry Goldwater. So back to back, Barry Goldwaters. That's pretty darn cool. Thank you. Yeah. Today's topic question, don't forget, which famous ham would you like to have or have had a QSO with? So maybe they're a silent key, right? So who knows? Let's see. Jeff, yeah, November 4, Papa Oscar Delta was going to ask living or doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Yeah, whomever it is. Yeah. Let's see. IT guy would love to have had a QSO with Art Bell of Coast to Coast AM. That's nice, IT. Yep. You know, he was cool, and he was another one that loved amateur radio. He gave a lot back to the hobby. He truly did. And he also hosted an all-night radio show, which was phenomenal. You know, it really was. Because you think about all the DX you have in the wintertime, right, on 40 and 80. Well, he's working then. That's when he's at work. So Art Bell really did a lot. IT guy, thank you. Kilo 6 Union India from California. That's great. Patty Roach, 2 Tango Whiskey Delta. Love to get you in the log, Larry. Bless your heart. Thank you, Patty. I'd love to have a QSO with you as well. I would really love to, seriously. Aaron Lutz, Victor Echo 5, Lima Golf. Love to have a QSO with Joe Walsh. That's mine too, right there. That's one of my 2. That's actually one of my 2. Joe Walsh, yes. That'd be cool to have that. The hog gravy, yikes. Yeah, I know, right? Scotter, it's hard to leave when you can't find the door. Good old Joel Walsh. It's amazing. Tom in Bahrain, another ham to QSO with would be Tracy on Ontario, Outdoors on the Air, Victor Echo 3, Tango Whiskey Mike. Now that would be a good call to make, wouldn't it? Absolutely. Dave, how are you feeling? I've been thinking about you. His call sign, Whiskey 6, Charlie Romeo Tango. Welcome back to Ham Radio Live, Dave. Dave's been ill. Dave, you doing okay? Let us know, please, in the comment section. I'd like to know you're okay, okay, please? Or what's going on with your treatments, okay? Or just private message me, either way, okay? Because I am praying for you, and I'm hoping you're okay. Andy New, Mike 7, Charlie November. Perhaps Ape would be the top of anyone's list. Of course, the question really is, what the heck's his call sign? You never know, right? Jeff in Eastern Tennessee. Well, I've already worked Larry, Josh, Jason, Theo, Dude, and even Carlos. That's a lot of people, man. A lot of YouTube people. That's great. Oh, my goodness. All right. Stephen, UK, welcome to Echo Zero X-Ray Sierra Hotel. He's got some comments here, and we're grateful that you're here, Steve, today from the UK. Siobhan, hey, Larry, I responded to your DM. I hope you got it. I hope so. I'll take a look when we're done. Yeah. I've got to set my timer. I need a timer for my life. You ever need a timer for your life? You know, where you like sit there and go, okay, the day is going by way too fast and I haven't got enough done. And you're like, what the heck is going on? You know?
And now, a Larry moment.
Yeah,
You
of
ever
course,
wonder?
yeah. So it just like, it was so late because I'd answered all the emails, messages, comments, and all that stuff that I could. So I would love to have you on. I think it would be so cool, Siobhan. I think people would love that. Absolutely love that. Jenna in Georgia, I'd love to work everyone here in the chat, including Larry. No doubt I won't take a no. Bless you heart. Thanks, man. It's very nice. Thank you. Don, November 5 Sierra Kilo Tango. Joe Walsh is another Joe Walsh. Is it Whiskey 6 Alpha Charlie uniform, I think. Whiskey Alpha 6? I'll look it up. I will, yeah. Will Myers, welcome. State of Wisconsin. Kilo Alpha 8 Golf India Mike. Dear friend, welcome, my friend. Good to see you. Thank you. Genesis definitely like to work. Yeah, there it is here. And Patty Roach, there we go, Siobhan. I told you, Siobhan. I told you. Please get Siobhan on the show. Awesome talent. Absolutely. I think we'll probably have a yes from her. I think so. Yeah, I think so. Don, to get Joe Walsh, you have to be doing AM. That is very true. Really is. He is a big AM guy. Joe doesn't do sideband. He's not a data guy. He's an AM guy. And he's on typically, if he's going to be on, 80 meters. That's where he likes to be. Amazing. Don, thank you. Good comment. Elmer time, that's Jeff, Alpha Delta 7, Lima, November, Hayden Island, that's Portland, Oregon. Welcome. Hometown. It's funny, Don says, with Ape, you may already have him in the log, right? Never know. You never know because you don't know who he is. That's great. And Wine in Africa piles in on that. I would kill to know what his call sign is. Oh, this is funny. You guys are awesome today. It's good to see you guys. A very happy Wednesday. I mean that. And yeah, Wine, I think I've got some of your pictures for the show, so I hope you enjoy it. I try my best. Anton, Papa Charlie 4 Alpha Delta joins us from Holland. Welcome to the show. And Siobhan says, the only hemp people I want to talk to are the ones I've met through the show and Larry for sure. Oh, bless your heart. I really didn't put this question on there for that reason. Let me tell you who my two are. One's Joe Walsh. Absolutely. Gosh, I'd love to work Joe Walsh. And that would be a hard one to let go of because I'd want to talk to him, right? The other one is Tim Allen, home improvement guy. I would love to work Tim Allen. Those are my two. Anyway, there you go. Now, hold on. I gotta get Dan's Bertization, is that right? Danbertization. I got it. If I keep reading it over and over again, I'll get it repeated. I'll have it figured out. Hello from just north of you, November 0, Delta Sierra Romeo. First timer, welcome to Ham Radio Live. Dan, it's nice to meet you. My name's Larry. Thanks for coming. I mean that sincerely. That does come from the heart. Yeah. Abe's call sign is Kilo Tango 0 Alpha Delta Sierra, right? He told us that. And yeah, there you go. It takes a guy from Holland to teach a guy in America what an American ham's call sign is. Whiskey Bravo 6 Alpha Charlie uniform. I had the suffix and the district right. I just had the prefix wrong. And Dan, thank you. He said the same thing. Tim Allen. Love to work Tim Allen. Yeah. Jeff says a lot of others have been mentioned. How about Walter Cronkite? That's a good one. Yes. Yep. He's one from the past. There's a lot of people. Barry Goldwater, right? You've got Walter Cronkite, who is also an amateur. Peter Jennings, amateur. And there's one more too, and I'm trying to think of the name, and it's driving me crazy because it's the tip of my tongue, and I can't remember. It's in the old days. It's way, way old days before we were, well, not really, maybe, but it was a long time ago. Let's put it that way. We'll get back to your question here in a moment. We are going to do Ham Bites now. Ham Bites is powered by Ham Test Online. It's a software that knows you. Online courses for all three of the amateur radio license exams. They can go you all from zero, no license, nothing, to the amateur extra all in one sitting. I know because I did it that way. Find them online at www.hamtestonline.com. And here is your general Ham Bites today. First question, and we'll get along and we'll we'll get an all in here for everybody to play and do one together, okay? That'll be coming up. First question. What signal source is connected to the vertical input of an oscilloscope when checking the RF envelope pattern of a transmitted signal? Okay? Of the four here, the local oscillator of the transmitter is 1. Second one, the attenuated RF output of the transmitter. C, the transmitter balanced mixer output. Or D, an external RF oscillator. All right? And you might get this on both your extra and your general license, just an FYI, okay? The answer here, remember the word attenuated, okay? If you remember attenuated, you'll have the answer. The answer is the attenuated RF output of the transmitter. Answer it that way, you'll have it right, okay? Here's one for Morse code people. What does the Q signal QRV, as in Quebec Romeo Victor, mean? All right? In this one, it's I am ready to receive messages. That's what QRV means. I'm ready to receive messages. So you see they call QRV or see it, hear it in Morse code. That's what that means, okay? Next question. Which of the following properties is important in estimating whether an RF signal exceeds the maximum permissible exposure limits, which is, of course, your MPE, right? Your MPE,
Hurry up, batter. It's gonna be a short game and I gotta get home for lunch.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Well, that's the way it goes. Sometimes we can't get a short game in, but we try. So in this case, what we're going to do is we're all going to play along. All right. So this one's an all in. Everybody gets a chance to answer it. Which of the following properties is important in estimating whether an RF signal exceeds the maximum permissible exposure, which is your MPE RF limits, okay? Is it A, the duty cycle, B, its frequency, C, its power density, or is it D? All these choices are correct. Let me know, please, with A, B, C, or D. The first one to get it right, we'll get a little applause like this, and we'll all celebrate too. Yeah. All right, first one that came in, I believe it was, I might have had it wrong, but it's been for, I haven't looked here quite quickly. Anton in Holland, Papa Charlie 4 Alpha Delta. And if it wasn't him, I know it'd be Will Myers in Wisconsin. So they answered D, and that is the correct answer. It is all these choices are correct. Okay, here's the reason why, right? In this question, we're talking about maximum permissible exposure, which is RF exposure to your body. That's really what it comes down to, and how it can heat tissue and cause damage to your body. That's it, all right? So when we get this question, all right, the first one, duty cycle, means how long the transmitter has been transmitting. That's a big deal, okay? And it is part of MPE. Second, it's frequency. Absolutely. If you're on, like, say, 80 meters, right, you can transmit longer because 80 meters is such a long wavelength. It really is. So it doesn't cause as much RF exposure issues. Third, it's power density. Yes. Is it a directional antenna? Is it pointed towards you? Okay, the power density is a gigantic issue when you're talking about MPE. Therefore, all the choices are correct, and we'll give both Anton, why don't we just give Anton and Will a big hello and thank you there. We'll do it this way. That'll be right? Yeah. Yeah, it's all these choices are correct. And, it's important. Whenever you change an antenna or add one, it's time to do another MPE. It really is. Just check your make sure you're transmitting at the right power level so you don't hurt anybody. All right? Next question. Which of the following is an advantage of ceramic capacitors as compared to other types of capacitors? This is just about money. It really is. It has nothing to do with the quality or how well the capacitor does. It's really about comparatively low cost. It's the cost of it. So if you get this question and it talks about the advantage of ceramic capacitors, you're going to have this right every single time. Okay, next question. What should be the impedance of a low-pass filter as compared to the impedance of the transmission line into which it is inserted? Okay, don't overthink this one. Not at all. It's about the same. That's it. No big difference. So if you're on the general and you get this question, This is one of those ones that's almost like a scary question, but it shouldn't be because the answers given are about the same. Second one is twice the transmission line impedance. Third one substantially lower, and the fourth one substantially higher. Just remember, if in this situation, what should be the impedance of a low-pass filter as compared to the impedance of the transmission line in which it's inserted, it's just going to be the same. Yeah, don't overthink it, and you'll get it right. Next, what does a K-index mean? Now, this one, there's a few here that could throw people, because I talk about the K-index a lot. I really do, right? So a lot of times here on the show, and in fact, every show, I talk about solar weather, right? And we talk about the K-index, or also known as the KP index, but the K-index is what many people call it. So I showed this little graph, right? Okay. So when we get to this question, don't overthink it. It's really the stability of the Earth's magnetic field. That's all it is. Short-term stability of the Earth's magnetic field. The reason why it's the short-term stability is because really this comes from the planets. The KP index is planetary control. It isn't about the sun. This is more the planet's impact, which causes our noise load or static levels on ham and shortwave and CB. Okay. Next, what kind of device is an integrated circuit operational amplifier? This one's kind of funny. And the reason why it is because you can just think it's really a technical answer, and it's not. It is not. So if you end up with this one, and you only have a 7.7% chance of getting it on your exam, what kind of device is an integrated circuit operational amplifier? It's just analog. That's it. Nothing big. So don't go into the programmable logic, MMIC, or digital, because that would be awful. You don't want that. So just remember, if you get this question, this one is all about simply analog. And that's kind of old-fashioned, I know, but hey, it's the right answer. All right. Now, this one's a tricky one, and I'm going to help you through this because there's two answers here that could throw you. All right. First, the question, which of the following frequencies is within the general class portion of the 80-meter band? All right. We know 2560 is not. That's 120 meters. Okay. So throw that out. 1855 is not. That's the 160-meter band. Okay. Easy way to do this. 300 divided by frequency will give you at or close to the meter band. And there's a few that it kind of fails on. 40, 20, 15, 17, so forth. Okay. But if you go and you divide the 300 divided by 3560, okay, you're right there. You're really close. The answer is 84. Okay. So now if you divide 300 by 3650, now you're at 82. So both are in the 80s. All right. The answer is, remember, general class people have the chance to work digital modes, not voice on 80 until you get to 3.8 kilohertz. Okay. Sorry, megahertz. Once you get to 3.8 megahertz, you can then use the microphone. If you remember that one key for a general, you can't use a microphone until 3.8 or 3,800 kilohertz. So 3,800 kilohertz, or you can do it 3.8 megahertz. You can't use a microphone below that. Therefore, the answer is going to be 3560 because it is a digital mode frequency. It's right there around CW and digital modes. 3650 is a phone band. That's why it's not okay to use. 3650, throw it out. 3560 is the answer. And see how they do the numbers on this? You see how they do this? All right. 3560 is C. 3650 is D. Don't get stuck. Don't let it trick you. This is kind of a trick question. And they give you the answer, and like I gave you, 3560 kilohertz. Correct. Note that 3560 kilohertz falls within the RTTY and data segment of the band shown in red on the band chart. So that's why it is correct. If you're at the other one, if you're at 3650, you're in the voice band, not the RTTY portion. That's why. Because you guys get digital modes. Not voice, but digital on 80. All right. And 80, you do get voice past 3.8 megahertz. All right, next question. We're almost done. What is QRP operation? You should know this one by heart. It's just low power transmit operation. QRP. Remember it this way. Q reduced power. And you'll always have it. And you'll get the answer right every time. Q reduced power. Last question. What types of messages for a third party in another country may be transmitted by an amateur station? Don't overthink this one, for goodness sakes. You can do this one. Just remember, and this is true for everything that we talk about in amateur radio for the most part, right? It's A, only messages relating to amateur radio or remarks of a personal character or messages relating to emergency or disaster relief. That's the answer, okay? So when we're talking about third-party messages transmitted by an amateur station, they have to do with amateur radio, or maybe you're remarking about something personal, or it's related to emergencies or disasters. That's it. Ham Bites today was on the general exam. It's powered by Ham Test Online. Great company. And I'm telling you, they're going to be coming onto the show and talking about what their product's about and how you can learn and get the highest level license using Ham Test Online. 100% money back guarantee if you fail the test. All 3 license exams in the United States are there. Find them online at www.hamtestonline.com. Very good. It's fun to see you guys answering the questions. By the way, I want to welcome Jim McCusker back. He's from the state of Pennsylvania. Jim's a dear friend. And Jim is kind of like Tom on this channel. Jim was the person, and Tom, you'll find this interesting if you're still awake in Bahrain. Jim is a guy who gave me the heads up on the FTDX 10 being released. Jim, it's a pleasure to have you back. Thanks. Yeah, Jim was here before the FTDX, right? Literally when the news broke that they were going to make that radio. That was Jim. Welcome back, Jim. It's really good to have you. Hope you and your family are well in Pennsylvania. Jeff in Portland there in Hayden Island. He'd like to have a QSO with W1AW Hiram Percy Maxim. That would be fun. Think about that. Today's topic question, the reason why he's answering this way, is because that's the topic question for the show. Who would you like to have, what celebrity would you like to have a QSO with? And I've already mentioned for me, Joe Walsh, and I'd love to be able to also work Tim Taylor. I think it's so funny. I can't, my mind is so slow right now. Anyway, my point is I'd love to work both of them because I love the Eagles and I loved Home Improvement so much. Who would you like to work that is a celebrity or was a celebrity? Ham? Let us know in the comment section. We'll make it part of today's show. All right, let's take a look at some guests who are coming. August 27th, please join us to meet Carlos, Kilo Delta 9, Oscar Lima, November, talking about Parachute Mobile. He'll be here at 1900 UTC. Great show. If you want to find out about like maybe how much, how many QSOs he's made, his maximum amount, or his farthest contact, different meter bands he works, all kinds of things. You can find out on the 27th of August at 1900 UTC. Over in the UK, that's 8 p.m. still in London, 3 p.m. in the Eastern time zone of North America, noon Pacific here in the States, East Coast of Australia. I know it's early. It would be at 4 a.m., but still, good show with Carlos. Then we come up with a wonderful show for you on Saturday, September 3rd at 1900 UTC. Meet Gary Pierce from Ham Radio Now. And that's going to be a special show. Kilo November 4 Alpha Quebec joins us. Gary has what I think is the original ham radio podcast or ham radio content, if you want to have a show or whatever, on YouTube. He is the originator of ham content, and we're honored to have him. 1900 UTC. Meet Gary. Again, same time zones all over the world for the same thing. Now we change it up on Friday, September 9th. This again is Friday show here in the States, 2300 UTC. Meet Hayden from Ham Radio DX here on YouTube. 4 p.m. here in the Pacific time zone, 7 p.m. Eastern time. And then if you're, of course, in the UK, it'll be at 10 p.m. So a little late, I know, but it'll be a good show, and you're going to be able to meet Hayden from Ham Radio DX. Today's question, who would you like to make a QSO with? And I mean famous ham. Let us know in the comment section. We'll make part of the show. Famous ham. Yeah, that's fun. You know, when you think about the people who've been famous, Arthur Godfrey, another ham, who was very, very famous and did quite well. Yeah. And Jim, still a great radio. Thanks. It certainly is. Sold very well too. It's very, very good. Here's one. Oh, we got two. Dawn, November 5, Sierra Kilo Tango. By the way, love to talk with Joe Taylor, Kilo 1 Juliet Tango. That'd be a neat conversation, wouldn't it? Woo, boy. Talk about the origins of FT8. Yep. How they did it. What the thought process was, right? To get that signal below the noise floor, because it was invented at the bottom of the solar cycle and has taken off like crazy. The two biggest areas in amateur radio that are very hot right now, FT8, Parks on the Air. Both are really hot, very hot. Speaking of Parks on the Air, I did my thing. I sent it in to Vance Martin. That show's going to be really special. I'll get you the date and time for the Parks on the Air Awards 2022. It's coming up this month, okay? I'll get that for you. All right. Before we do that, I want to share something that's kind of fun because you got to let me have a little bit of fun here because I enjoy celebrating people. And today we're going to talk about shortwave, a little bit about last night, today, and what's there, and also when to listen and where to listen. It's just like ham radio in many, many ways, but it's also important to know what you're looking for. For example, if you want English-speaking stations, there are many internet sites that you can go to and find out about shortwave. If you want to use a guide of yourself, this is the last year this book's going to be available, World Radio TV Handbook. This is like irreplaceable in my shack, and probably going to be a collector's item too if you want to buy one. I know they're still available like at Amazon. Some bookstores have them, so don't hesitate to buy that. We're going to talk shortwave today in the show because we have some shortwave enthusiasts that watch it, and I'm so grateful that they are. Let's take a thank you first. A thank you for watching Ham Radio Live. And this time, we're going to do something special because it is one of our shortwave people. They don't have a call sign, but they do shortwave.
KHJ Los Angeles.
So let's have some fun.
Programming are reproduced by means of electrical transcriptions or tape recordings.
And we're going to celebrate Dwight Hitchens all the way from Jamaica, Virginia, man. Dwight, we want to thank you for being part of the show. Dwight has sent me, I think, 2 signal reports listening on WRMI. Just cool, really cool. Dwight lives in Jamaica, Virginia. Let's talk about where that's at. Jamaica, right there, right by the Virginia Motor Speedway. And here's Jamaica. You see, it's not far away from Chesapeake Bay. It's in a really beautiful area of Virginia. A little bit south of Baltimore. It's real southeast still of Alexandria, but it's in historical area. Dwight, beautiful area, mate. Beautiful area. Zooming out a little bit, there's a little bit of New England in there and some of the South. There's Jamaica, Virginia. And here it is in the States. The big red little pointer there, that pin, Jamaica, Virginia. I am so honored that you're here. I mean this. Dwight Hitchens, all the way from Jamaica, Virginia, thank you for being a part of Ham Radio Live and listening to the show. That is so important to me, man. It really is. It's a big deal because, our shortwave people mean a lot to me too because that's where I came from. Speaking of that, we're going to get into a shortwave segment. And don't forget our topic question, what famous ham would you like to make a contact with? Let us know in the comment section. Make it part of the show. Let me show you a little bit. No, actually, let you hear a little bit of 19 Meters After Dark last night. Little different than the night before that I played. This one's in English. Interesting story. I'll get to the originator in just a moment. Take a listen to this.
Lectures about this particular issue, and then China will demonstrate to the United States
question about this visit by Nancy Pelosi, China, U.S. relations will suffer the consequences, and it will be very, very difficult, at least for the immediate future to come, to handle China-U.S. relations. The damage to China-U.S. relations may be long-standing, and it will take some time to really overcome.
Now, if you didn't quite hear that, it's coming from Radio China International, all right? This sounds a lot like the Cold War did. Really does. Go back and replay that segment and listen to what he says about one of the people that's in the House of Representatives and the comments that person made, and that they're inflammatory towards China. This is what the Cold War was like back in the day when shortwave was king. By the way, I do want to share something, and this is really cool because I really want to do this, and I don't want to wait too long for it because it's important, because one of our guys is actually part of this. The POTO Awards are coming up. Did you know that? Yeah, the POTO Awards are coming, and this is going to be, I believe, let's see, and you may be wondering, why do I have a picture of Jeff up there? Well, because I love Jeff, that's why. The POTO Awards, Vance Martin got a hold of me. If you want to watch the Park on the Air Awards, they're going to be on the 15th of this month. So the 15th of August, and it'll be at 00 UTC, all right? So that's going to be on the East Coast, 8 p.m., all right? And what I love about this, okay, if you want to watch it yourself, and I think it'd be fun to watch personally, but if you want to watch it yourself, then go ahead and go to the Parks on the Air YouTube page. If you're not sure where that is, then a place to go for would be to go to just the Parks on the Air. Look for November 3, Victor Echo Mike. That's November 3, Victor Echo Mike. And I had something that's already planned out here that I had shown for everything, and it did not come up like it. Oh, here it is. There it is. I finally found it. My goodness gracious, there it is. Yeah, this is their website. This is their YouTube page. And if you take a close look at the guy on the left. That is our Mike, Kilo Golf 2 Mike. Yes, it is. Hey, Mike. Right there in the Parks on the Air page right now. So join them for the Parks on the Air Awards for 2022. It's going to be cool. It's at 8:15, so it's going to be on the 15th day of August at 0 UTC. Okay, so that'd be 8:14, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So here in the States, let's put it together. That's going to be 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. in the Eastern time zone, and 00 UTC on 8:15. So that's Parks on the Air Awards coming up. And please don't miss it. That'll be a ton of fun to be a part of. So that was 19 Meters After Dark. Heard a little segment, political, all politically charged. And that's what a lot of shortwave history was. In fact, that was the golden age of shortwave. After World War II, until when the Berlin Wall fell, I mean, there was just one side going after the other, after the other, after the other. It was phenomenal on shortwave, and there were plenty of stations. Now it's a little different, but let me explain a little bit how shortwave works for our people who would like to DX with some really good ham gear, because ham gear makes really good receivers. I don't know if you know this. Your amateur radio, your ham radio will work as an excellent shortwave receiver, and you already have an excellent antenna you're using for your amateur radio. Let's take a listen to WWV in the States. Now, we're going to listen to them on every frequency except the top one. We're not going to listen to them at the top one because it simply would not come in. But here it is at night. Now, we're starting out at the 120 meters frequency, or 2.5 megahertz. Hear all the static? This is on 120 meters. You hear the signal get better. Now we're at 5. So this is 5 megahertz. This is their 5 megahertz signal.
4 hours, 29 minutes, coordinated universal time.
That's VH in Hawaii.
At the tone, 4 hours, 29 minutes, coordinated universal time.
And of course, there is Fort Collins. All right.
Institute of Standards and Technology.
Now listen.
Time. This is radio station WWVH Kauai, Hawaii, broadcasting on internationally allocated
Hear how much
standard carrier
more she came in?
2.5,
We're now on 15 megahertz, the 19 meter band.
providing time of day, standard time interval, and other related information.
Now we're on 10. On this frequency, on 10 megahertz, it doesn't come in as well from Hawaii. That's a change. And now we're way down at 120 meters. You can't hear her. And now buck up to 10.
At the tone, 4 hours, 30 minutes, coordinated universal time.
At the tone, 4 hours, 30 minutes, coordinated universal time. National Institute of Standards and
Same
Technology
thing now,
time.
other
This is
direction.
radio station
This is
WWV,
towards Fort Collins, Colorado.
broadcasting on internationally allocated standard carrier frequencies of 2.5.
Now we're going
5,
down to
10,
5 kilohertz.
15, and 20 megahertz, providing
Excuse me,
time of
5
day,
megahertz, pardon me.
standard time interval, and other related information. Inquiries regarding these transmissions may be directed to the National Institute of
Did you hear it
Standards and
change?
Technology. Radio
Now it's
station
at 2.5 megahertz. Now it's 120 meters. Hear all the noise?
805.
You can't hear Jane Barbie in Hawaii.
At the tone, 31. Coordinated universal time.
Okay, so the first part was at 120 meters. That's at 2.5 megahertz or 2,500 kilohertz, however you want to do it. Then we went up to 5. Signal got better. 10, it got really good. 15 was the best. And 15 was able to bring us Jane Barbie from WWVH as well as a voice from WWV. I believe his name was Don Collins, but that came in as well. But the signals on 120, which was 2,500 kilohertz, were very weak. A lot of static. I'm going to show you a picture of it, and we'll just turn the volume down so you can see it. This was last night. So last night, if you take a look on the left side, the signals go from left to right, and you can just see how much noise there is. Those red horizontal, the green horizontal lines that are going, that's static, that's noise. And see how bright it is on the left side? That's 120 meters. Right there is 120. So that's about the 2.5 kilohertz transmission. 2.5 megahertz of transmission of WWV and WWVH. That's why it's harder to hear. When you get to 10, there's not as much static on 10. But look how much quieter it is if you go to 15. And that's where the little pointer is at 15. See how little of those horizontal lines go that far? That's how shortwave works. That's exactly how it works. At night, 120 meters, it's going to work better at night than it does during the daytime. It really will. It's a local frequency for daytime, meaning within 50 miles or so. And it's going to be a more of a regional area, or maybe possibly a little farther, 500, 600, 700 miles or so on 120 on 120 meters. They just don't carry a whole lot of power unless they've got directionals and a ton of power. Not many of those stations left anymore. That's the honest truth. Most of them are going to be near 5 megahertz, so right in that area below 5 and above 5. And during the daytime, you don't hear them very well. That's the thing. Let me let you hear what I'm talking about. In the daytime, we'll go down to 5 megahertz, right around 5. And so we'll start with WWV, and we'll just listen a little bit. Again, we're just talking shortwave. Know when to listen, okay? I have an excellent antenna out there, and actually a pair of them. This is off the vertical, and this is the directional. So there's the Buddy Hex. And it's pointed to pick up Fort Collins, but it can't pick it up right now at 5 megahertz. Know when to work it, because if you try and work it now, it's not going to come in really well. This is a nighttime band. So anywhere below here where signals are, right, it can be hard to find many of them if there are going to be any at all. But down here, I'd say it starts about right there. So right about 4.65. And you go up to 5. And then there's shortwave, right? A little bit above that, same thing. You're not going to find anything here today. And I'm going to go back to Cal's vertical antenna, the DX Commander. So we'll go back here to the DX Commander, and we're going to start going up, and we're going to get to 31 meters, okay? 31 is right about where you start hearing stuff again on shortwave. So we're going to go bypass everybody, and we're going to be here at 31, okay? That's not yet there. So right about here. This is right about where you start hearing shortwave again. And this will start during the daytime. It's about as low as you're going to go on shortwave during the day, okay? And as we get closer to WWV, you'll start to usually see signals pop in on the screen. This is shortwave daytime. So this is a great area to work. And if you take a look here, here's WWV, and you can hear it. So this was right about the beginning of where you start working daytime frequencies, 31 meters. Remember, I'll tell you 31, 25, 22, and the 19-meter band. So everything above 10 during the daytime is going to be pretty darn good. You'll be able to hear some decent shortwave. As you just go through the band, you'll be able to find them as you kind of scan through, or just better yet, listen to them. And you'll pick up some amazing shortwave during the daytime even. So some good signals to work. Let me get to 12, sorry. You'll get some good signals out there, and you'll be able to pick up some decent, shortwave. And I think this is my favorite part of doing shortwave. See, here's 13, 7, 10. So here we're right about 31 meters. And a lot of countries still point towards the United States. BBC and Voice of America do not. So BBC and VOA, they are transmitting towards other countries. They're no longer transmitting here. All right, now we're on, this is the 19-meter band, and there's WWV. And you'll start seeing things above here. So there's the direct, there's Callum's vertical, Dick's Commander vertical, and here comes, this is the Buddy Hex. Cal's vertical. And the reason the static level goes up is because vertical antennas hear from all directions. That's all. No other reason. Another shortwave right here. We'll go to the Buddy Hex to see if we pick it up better. Should be a lower noise level to it. So this is 19 meters during the day, all right? And 19 at night is phenomenal. I'd put down some 19-meter signals you can work during the evening hours for North Korea and for Cuba. And there's some fantastic signals there to work. But it's a great band. There you go, a little shortwave and some music. And back in the day, a lot of the shortwave broadcasters played music on shortwave, which is fun. Radio Australia was really good at it. They played a lot of popular music, but you can find a lot of stuff. Knowing when to work where in shortwave, though, is the key. All right, on daytime, we talk about 31, 25, 22, and the 19-meter bands. All excellent bands for shortwave listening daytime. Will they always work? No, just like all the ham bams don't work. But the one that's most reliable is close to 20 meters for hams. And the hams know that 20 meters is the most reliable band that they have. That 19 meters for shortwave, same thing, very reliable. Now in the summer, magical things happen on 19. On 19 meters in the summertime, all of a sudden you hear shortwave way after dark. And so the shortwave broadcasters know that too. So they're going to beam towards the States with their own music or their own news or propaganda or whatever. If you want to hear really good Radio Havana, a good place to listen for it at night is different. You're not going to be listening on 19 at night for Radio Havana. They really own a lot of the area right around 41 meters, to be honest. Let me show you real quick and give you an idea of where it's at. If you want to listen to Radio Havana tonight, for example, head down here to like about 61. If you go to 6100, right about there, you're going to hear them. 6100, and you'll hear like a little bit more at 6110, I believe it, or 30. And then again, they also have 6000. That's their frequencies. So if you want to hear like what it was in the Cold War days, you'll hear it tonight on those frequencies. Nighttime frequencies are different than daytime, but in the summer they change. Let me explain why I did something with WRMI, just so you understand, okay? Notice on the WRMI show that I do it's called CQ Calling, that ICOM sponsors. All right, there's 2 shows to Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. The reason for this is because the first one on Thursdays is on the 19-meter band. Now, in the late spring, all summer long, and part of the fall, that band works, and people in Europe can hear it on 15770. But when you get past the middle part of the fall, all the way to the beginning of, or up the middle of spring, it doesn't work. They won't hear anything. And so Jeff White kindly gave me a second slot on Fridays at 2115, and look at the frequency. It's 7730. Big difference, because that lets it... Oh, shut up. Sorry. That lets people hear it. So that's the whole reason why it works, okay? Summertime, 19 meters works great. In the wintertime, you're going to want to work like we work 40 meters in ham radio, right? You're going to want to be kind of close to that. Remember, 40 meters is about 7, if you're going to be on Morse code, 7 megahertz, right? If you're going to work voice, about 7.178. If you're a general, 7.128 if you're an extra. So right about there, great band at night. The other one that's really good is if you go down like to 60 meters, or you start to go down maybe to, I don't know, you start to go a little bit lower than 60, so you go on the 75-meter band or the 80. It'll work, it really does. But tons of stuff right around 6 megahertz at night. That's your golden area. But don't give up on 19 if you're in the summertime. That's the key. It's the only wild card to shortwave. It's been there for decades. In the summer, 19 meters has great shortwave almost half the night. But in the winter and fall, the best place to be is right around 6 megahertz, and just kind of work your radio right in that area. And what's neat about ham radios versus shortwave, for example, the Sony 2010 up there, great receiver. That's a wonderful receiver. It can't hold a candle to the ICOM 7610. The ham radios made today are so good. Filters, their software, if it's SDR, they're super heterodynes. They're sometimes triple and quadruple conversion, and they work great for shortwave. They work great on AM. The other thing too, and some people don't know this, and I'm just going to show it real quick. This will be just a quick little blurb about this, and then we'll move on, because I really wanted to make sure we talked about shortwave. So again, before we close this part, daytime, normal time during the year, right? 19, 25, 21, 19 meters. Those are your bands. Nighttime, it's going to be 120, 90, 75, 60, 49, 41, 31, 25, 22, and the 19-meter band. That's nighttime. Sometimes. Only in the summer. That's it. In the summer. When summer's over, you're really going to be on 120, 90, 75, 60, 49, 41, and 31. You won't go above 31 during the late fall all the way to early spring. Know where to work when. It'll help you tremendously. The other thing that maybe you don't know about your radio, which is kind of cool, because these radios are so good now. I mean, and they're so good. You can listen to AMDX at night as well, which is phenomenal. You just simply put it on a band that you want to listen to. Let's say, for example, I want to quickly listen to local. I'll just go in here and at night start the DX, and it's just great. You know, I can just like hear this.
They're just hardcore left wing.
And then like every 10 kilohertz, another station comes in. This is a station out of Portland. It's only a 1,000-watt station. This is the one that I grew up with on the air as a student. This is KBPS Portland. And you can still hear it. And the filters on your radio, they still work. Listen. And see, the fade is there, right? The normal fade is there. We get on the ham bands too. Same thing, because it's HF. That's the whole reason why. But that gives you a little idea about your ham radio and what it can do. And if you've never tried shortwave, please do. It's not a dead hobby. It's got wonderful stations from around the world. And by the way, replay that clip, that first clip I played. It's so much like the old Cold War of shortwave. It really is. It really is. Let me catch you with your comments. I'm really sorry. I don't mean to go so long on this. Jeff, thank you very much for the Discord link. Appreciate it. Jeff, and this is good. Shortwave is #1 for me to this day. Great comment. Yep. You know, we got a lot of shortwave people that watch this channel, and I don't want it to always be just by ham radio. We need to do more about shortwave. And when to work where is really big. Hams know it because they're used to making calls. Shortwave people know it because they're used to listening for these stations. You just have to know it kind of works the same, but the meter bends are different. That's all. That's the way it works. Tom in Bahrain, FT8, some enjoy. Biggest challenge is getting it working. It can be. Yes, it can. Absolutely. Rodney in Holland. Well, my goodness gracious, it's so good to see you. I think we got to play this for you, my friend. Just passing by this time, still working. Greetings, family. Welcome, Rodney, and have a wonderful day. Thanks for coming. Dwight, no, thank you. I appreciate you very much. It's nice to have you here. It really is. IT guy just restored a Helicopters S40B that does shortwave decently. That's a nice comment. Kilo 6 Union, India. And it is. Shortwave is phenomenally good. Really is. Radio China International. Fun to listen to. Ronan Cantwell is back. Hi, Ronan. Good evening, everyone. Morning, folks. Call sign Mike 0, India Victor Romeo. Welcome back, Ronan. Nice to see you. My best to you and your family, my friend. Thank you for coming. Shortwave is a lot of fun. Yeah, a lot of fun. Steve, look, I love the dog. Doggone, I love that doggone dog in the background. Look at, do you see the dog in the little emoji? That is so stinking cool. Gosh, I love that dog. Reminds me of my dog, Miley. Good grief. Randomly joined in. Now I'm addicted. This channel talks about not only Dr. Demento, which I was addicted to in high school, but also WWV, which I was addicted to for most of my teens. That's awesome. Comment of the show right there from Steve. Thanks, buddy. That's awesome. Thank you. We just talk radio here. We do. Windass Wish SDR, that is. That is the Kiwi SDR. You can find it in your phone. You can use your phone to do it, or a tablet, or your computer. Just Kiwi SDR. Just type in the search window, Kiwi, Kiwi SDR. And then it'll say HFSDR. Click on that link and then just select whatever area of the world you want to work in. And it's fantastic. It really is wanted. You can listen to radio from all over the world, from nearby or far away. For example, the new Australia shortwave radio station that started last month, okay, in Alice Springs. You won't hear it here in the States, but if you listen out of a Kiwi SDR in Brisbane or Canberra, Victoria, you'll hear it. That's a neat way to do it. Wine, thank you. Nice comment. Yeah. That's just simply Kiwi SDR. Type that in and simply just work wherever you want to in the world. Listen around the world on the beautiful shortwave dial. Steve says, after returning to ham radio after 20 years, I am astounded at the value of systems like PSK Reporter, since it shows such cool stuff that can visually show the gray lines relevant. Steve, again, great comment. Thank you for that. He's right, 100%. Dwight Hitchens, yes, CHU Canada is the time station. Yep. I have one for you. We haven't played this in probably a year and a half. Here's one for you that's kind of fun. This one, let me see if I got it here. It's got to be right here. There is one that's in Brazil, I believe. I believe it's Brazil. There's one of those stations there. Hang on. Maybe I put it up top. See. Let me just quickly look here real quick. This is another time station. And it's like it's only on one frequency. And you can only hear it in parts of Europe. And I can't find it. I'm sorry. Anyway, but it's a really neat thing. And it's very different than CHU and WWV. CHU, every hour they have, or every minute, Jane Barbie comes in right about 48 minutes after the hour. 48 seconds after the hour. And then you get the voice, I believe it's Don Collins, who comes in at like 55 or 56 after. And they both announce the exact same thing. The beeps are all at the same, and that's it. But like CHU is different. Every minute they'll announce either in French or in English the time, which is interesting on CHU. And thank you for that, Dwight. It's because CHU is pretty cool. I'm trying to find it. I have it here, and I don't know where it is. I have it marked. See, I even have this.
Dr. Demento, Dr. Demento, Dr. Demento.
I haven't played that forever. So that gives you an idea of so many things that are here in the catalog. But I'm trying to find the one that has the one from Europe, because it's really different, and you can only hear. Here it is. I got it. My gosh, I got it. It's EBC Spain. So Echo Bravo Charlie Spain. Here's what it sounds like. And it does that. And I believe it's like every 5 minutes or so, they give the time every 5. Because I listened, I couldn't hear anybody say time. I heard that actually out of France. So if you listen to like a Kiwi SDR in like France or Portugal, maybe as far as Portugal, Spain, you can hear it. And it's another time station, but not many people have heard it. There's one in Russia as well. So lots of neat time stations out there. Dwight, thank you again for your comment. That's really nice to hear from you on that. Yeah. Aaron says it's useless west of Ontario. So about CHU, usually 95% of the time. And it is not high power. He's right. He's right about CHU. It's not high power. But the good news, Aaron, is it still exists because it was one of the stations that was up for budget cuts. Same as WWV and VH. I don't know if you know this. We almost lost WWV and VH. I think it was 2018 was when they almost pulled the plug on NIST in the States. That would have pulled them off the air. So Tom says lots of Chinese stations night in Bahrain. That's for sure. Jeff, in Portland, first thing I do on a new shortwave radio is antenna setup. Tuned to all WWV frequencies, 2.5, 5, 10, 15, and 20, sometimes 25. That's correct. WWVH doesn't do 25. They don't. They won't do it. But Fort Collins does 25. So does, I believe, WWVB, I think, if I remember right. And it's used to gauge propagation. Lots of people do that to be able to do it. And Dwight, with the frequencies, there's 2 of them for CHU, 3330 kilohertz and 7335 kilohertz are the 2 for CHU Canada. And that's a neat one. A lot of fun. Dan says, I need a better antenna. I can't hear any of that except for one faintly. It's hard to hear them. Now, WWV, typically you'll be able to hear. Not right now, Dan, 15. If you go to 15 megahertz, you'll hear WWV coming in really good. You should be able to, hopefully. If you're using the whip antenna on a shortwave, possibly not. I would use just a random long wire. You can do it as simple as that. Just put the 1/8" jack on it and run it out, 50 feet. And you'll be surprised how well it picks up stations. It really does. Ronan, this is a good comment. Radio Romania International has some great English language content. They do, and they also have excellent music too. Radio Romania International, phenomenal to listen to. And there's Jeff in Canada, CHU frequencies 3350, 7850, and 14670. Let's take a listen to 14670 because that's a good one. I forgot about that one. Thank you. So we'll go to 14670 CHU, and you'll hear the difference between CHU and WWV. So 14670, we'll get to AM. Sorry, always use AM mode. I don't know if we'll pick them up. We'll see. There they are. Hear them? Let me try and get to Cal's antenna. Nope. Okay, so the Buddy Hex will pull it in. That is the faint signal of CHU Canada. Time's coming. Hang in there. Here it is. Oh, it faded out. Oh, geez. That's too bad. Yeah, but that's CHU Canada. That's great. Aaron, thank you for the clip. That's good. 14670. Yep. And it is lower power. And it's got one tower. That's the thing about CHU. It's one tower, where you've got all the multiple towers at WWV. And that's the only reason why, if we change over to WWV, over to 15, it comes in so strong. It's because they have multiples. And that's the only reason why. So you'll hear WWV because they have the giant antenna farm out there. And they almost got off the air. Truly did. Fun to work that. And Aaron, there we go. Radio Havana on 15. Yep, 5125. Yeah. And they own 6,000. That's just always them. And the same with, I believe it's 6110 and 6130. And they're great. It's fun to listen to. Just realize what you're listening to is just their opinion, okay? Ronan, here in Scotland, we're more likely to hear the RWM signals. Yes, that's from Russia, isn't it? Is that RWM? I believe it is. Might not be. That might be RWM. No, I think it's Great Britain. 4996, 9996, 14996. And notice it's in USB. That's pretty cool. Ronan, thank you for that. That's cool. Yeah, it says barely picking up the station at 15140. Yep. And you'll have a lot of fun. You will. And don't worry about the mess up on the transmitter. It is what it is. Yeah. As a drop, yep. AM radio is medium frequency. Yep. Everything below 530 was considered long wave back in the day. Now we go long wave, super low. Now we go low frequency, super low frequency. And now it goes high, medium frequency for the AM broadcast band. And then it goes high frequency. And then, of course, VHF, UHF, microwave. IT guy. Oh, hold on. Elmer time. 1450 plays fun music. I occasionally listen here in Portland. That's where I grew up. That's KBPS. That's Benson High School. Those were the days, man. Those were the days. IT guy Larry, would a DX commander work on a flat roof? Yes. Absolutely. Oh my gosh, yes. Absolutely. Or do you need to mount it on the ground for the radios? It will work on a roof. Absolutely it will. Yeah. It'll work on the roof. But what I like about it is if you got a small little area that you can put in, even if it's maybe 10 feet by 10 feet, it will work there. It'll work phenomenally there, So, yeah, I think that'd be something to think about for sure. But gosh, yeah, if you get up even higher. What I like about the Classic, for example, is it's high enough to work well because it's got a good takeoff angle. At roughly 10 meters, it's got a great takeoff angle. pretty low on the horizon. Makes great calls. I think my farthest call was it was the Middle East. Let me look on my map. Farthest one was to Oman. That was on the DX Commander. So it just really works. And don't forget the utility and aero stations. Yep, there's lots of stuff down there. Yeah, and wine, and there it is. Yeah, below 500 kilohertz, long wave. Yep, and now they call it low frequency. Anton, during work time, I usually listen to Radio Caroline on 648 kilohertz. Thank you. That's good, Anton. That's cool. And Siobhan, and New Zealand's full of kiwis, more kiwis than a full bouquet. Scotter Dog, radio is all about resonance. Everything has resonance. For me, it's a religious belief. Absolutely. Yeah. It's fun. Radio's fun. We get just excited in shortwave when we hear something hard to hear on a band that's difficult to work that time of day, and we jump for joy. We do. And shortwave is so much fun, and so is amateur radio. Same thing. CB, you can make long distance CB, right? DX, and you're having a great time. They have just as much fun too. We all do. That's why radio is such a special hobby. Thanks for being here, Scotter Dog. It's good to be with you today. N7 ECV QRP Life fashionably late, but we're grateful you're here. Thank you for coming today to the show. It's nice to have you. I think we're just about caught up, and Jen is waiting for a beep, 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 beep.
Meep, meep.
No, I will not play it. I refuse to play that. Steve, you mean that one? I always heard on Dr. Yeah. Good old Dr. Demento. That was a fun show. Yeah. That's okay. And don't worry about, Steve, don't worry about your comments. I think it's wonderful that you're here. Thank you. Dwight, as a drop, that's Siobhan. She says, I only mentioned the light spectrum with the mnemonic raging Martians invaded Roy G. Bivs using X-ray and gamma rays. That's the entire spectrum. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, radio's part of the light spectrum. Dan says, stepdad went to Benson Technical High School. You tell him, go Techman. Tell him, go Techman. I come from the day where it was a boys' school. We had 7 girls in our graduating class. And then the next year, they merged the schools, so you had boys and girls. It was fun. Those days were great. Everybody's high school days, I think, were fun, right? Dwight Hitchens, CFRX for Toronto is a shortwave broadcast of their AM station on 60-70 kilohertz. I usually only get this in the winter because it's such a weak signal. Yeah, that's a neat to listen to too. There are some terrestrial AM radio stations or FM too, that now are on shortwave. I don't know if you know that. It's pretty cool. Dwight, thanks for the comment. It's nice to have you here, part of the show. All right, so we've talked about WWV. We did our thing on shortwave. Let's find out how the critics upstairs feel about today's show.
And now for the second time this evening, the great Gonzo will attempt a motorcycle jump off of this stage into that box up there, landing safely between those 2 elderly gentlemen.
We're not afraid. We know Gonzo.
If at first you don't succeed, fail again.
And so here he is now, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm ready, Kermit.
Yeah, I'm introducing you.
Introduce fast. I'm really ready.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the great Gonzo.
There. That was easy, wasn't it?
This show's beginning to roll.
So's the motorbike.
The Angry Hams. Okay, we got a good trivia game starting the month out. We got a long ways to go here this month, 31 days. Here's today's first of 2 trivia question. What is a rover? Okay, is it A, a special purpose-driven de-expedition vehicle with all-wheel drive and camping gear, including generator and portable mast? Is it B, an automatic autonomous transmitter detection platform? Is it C, a station that operates from several grid squares during a contest? Or is a rover D, an undercover FCC, we have to use this, an undercover FCC field engineer assigned to monitor amateur radio use
Ladies and gentlemen,
at public events, including Hamfests and conventions. A, B, C, or D. The first one to gets it for their continent. Good luck. A rover. A rover. Andy New, who answers more trivia questions than anybody in the whole doggone world.
Well, hog gravy and chitlins.
Got another one right. Well done, Andy. That's C. He's correct. It's true. It is C. Take a look. A station that operates from several grid squares during a contest. That's a rover. So rovers go, in different places to be able to work and get different grid squares done. That's why Andy got it right. Mike 7, Charlie Union November. He is our trivia sleuth within this building. Hello, Andy. Aaron Lutz got it correct. So did Wine in Africa. Don got it right. William got it right. And Tom with A. Jeff with C. Jenna got it right. Look at this. Look at you guys get good. And Ron in Washington. Rover. It's a smart dog.
Well,
yeah, sure, I bet. No! Yeah. Siobhan got D. Kel, welcome. Lima Bravo Zero Yankee India. Always good to have you. Thanks for being here. Tom in Bahrain, he had A, but I know what he meant. And welcome, Average Ham's Grocery Getter. That's my mate in Monmouth, Oregon, John Deere. Welcome, sir. Yeah, Siobhan said, I don't care if it's not a thing. It's funny. Bless your heart. Yeah, we appreciate it. Tom, thank you. You're correct as well. Second of 2 trivia questions. What's a mill in ham radio slang? Okay, the world's leading now 10-5 over North America. We're looking for what a mill means in ham radio slang. Okay, is it A, a type of telegraph key, B, a machine for grinding quartz crystals, C, a type of motor generator set, or is a mill a D, typewriter? Let me know with A, B, C, or D. The first one in gets it for their continent. North America is behind by 5. Good luck. Okay. First one in. Trying to go 2 for 2. Andy New, Mike 7, Charlie Union November with B. A machine for grinding quartz crystals. That sounds really plausible, but that's not it. Steve, 2 Echo 0 X-Ray Sierra Hotel with A, a type of telegraph key. Nope. Jeff, November 4 Papa Oscar Delta, out of Eastern Tennessee. He's one of our moderators and does a heck of a job. There he does. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you very much. He says D, a typewriter, and he got it correct. Well done, you did it. Yep. A mill is simply a typewriter. Here's our friend Moses from Sweden's mill. That's his typewriter. Yeah. Will Myers had D. Cliff also with D. Aaron Lutz with D. Jenna with B. Anton had it. He knew it, of course. Wynan had D. Siobhan, bless your heart, had B. And Andy, oh, shucks. We're glad you're here. All right, we're going to get one more call here for the topic question. What famous ham would you like to make a QSO with? Put it in the comment section. We'll make it part of the show. Let's take a look at our Discord channel, have a little fun, and show you some great content from people all over the world who are sending stuff to us on our Ham Radio Discord channel. It is ham-radio-live. So, if you're ready, let's take a spin. As we go through, Parks on the Air Mike, Kilo Golf 2 Mike could be up for an award. Listen for it on the 15th of April at 00 UTC. That's 8:14 here in the States. Yeah, Mike might win some. I'm serious. Mike has a chance to win an award at the Poto Award. So listen to see if he gets called. Kilo Golf 2 Mike. It's going to be on the 14th of August here in the States, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. in the States here on the Pacific Time Zone. If you're, in London, of course, it's going to be 11 p.m. But a great chance for Mike to maybe win something. We'll root for him. Also, William, my family just called me and paid me to program everything. This is back in the day. I remember I brought he purchased a broken Atari 2600 at a garage sale for a quarter, and my mom bet me $100 I couldn't fix it. We went to the store to buy 3 games later, and he also came up with a brand new Nintendo Entertainment System. It was priced at $99.99 on sale. Well done, William. Here's a picture of Jeff and his buddy Rob, November 8, Romeo Hotel Alpha. Nice picture, Jeff. Thanks for doing that. Here's Will, 2014, the only year I wore a beard. Nice picture. And there is our baby face William, November 5, Echo Victor. Look at that. Nice picture. Here's Jeff talking about the QSB on the bands. This is a little old. Sorry about that. Kevin Deegan, I love this. I'm going to cut the Elton John and read this. You know, we had something that sent in, I think it was by Rodney, and it was a station, it was a Buddha saying. It was nice. It's really nice. And this one is kind of fun. So let me read this to you. This is from Kevin Deegan. Kevin is known here as Kevin O'Doublehand. So same person. And here is from Ireland, the reading, what he said. A child to the child. Little Jesus, were you ever just as weak and frail as me? Did you leave the lovely angels to play with children just like me? Were you the same as I was at one time? Could you not talk? Did you ever tumble over when you tried alone to walk? Did you play with stars in heaven? Did they chase the fairy dew? Did you try to catch the sunbeams just like the other children do? I don't think that you'd be angry, for I know you're meek and mild, and I hope someday you'll tell me how you liked to be a child, how you liked to run and frolic and to sleep on Mary's knee, what it felt like to be lonely out of heaven, just like me. Kevin, this is beautiful. Thank you. Thank you very, very much for this. Very nice. Hey, here's Roger with Molly, Kilo Juliet 7 Lima Lima X-ray /K9. This is the best of show photo. Yes, it is. Look at how beautiful Molly looks there. That's a great shot. Roger, thank you for sending that. Best of show. Thank you, buddy. And here is Will's dog. This would be a co-best of show. He's right by the pool, sunbathing. I bet he jumps in too, right? I would, yeah. And there is Molly's pool. Molly's got her own pool. Nice, very nice. All right, William, his dog ate the mailman. That's great, William. The funniest of show. Jeff, Computer Club, guess which one is me? I say it's the one that's second on the left. Would I be right? Would you be the second on the left? I have a feeling you are. I'm not sure, but I have a feeling you are. So take a look, see if everybody can figure out who is the one that is our Jeff. Think if you can figure it out. All right. Now we'll take a look at this. This is another picture. This is Jeff, his little baby, his little stuffed toy. Very cute. Thank you, Jeff. And here it says a bad high school photo. I like it. I think it's good. Again, this is our Discord page at ham-radio-live. Here he is, the Grand Canyon at 21 years old. Here's him in a musical. This again is Jeff, November 4 Papa Oscar Delta. Jeff, thanks for sending us the photo. Here is Will back when I had great hair. I'm the guy on the left. I'm just thankful you're not the guy behind that's going to sleep, man. Yep, here's Will with his brothers. They all had good hair growing up. Now his is receding, but look at these three. Do they look good or what? That's nice. Thank you, Will. And here are some DX QSL cards from Winan in Africa. How about that? Here's Hotel Bravo 9 Quebec DX Group. This is Hotel Bravo 9 Charlie Romeo Quebec. Nice stuff, Winan. And here it is. Look at it all opened up to Winan. This was pretty cool. This was done here this year. Look at that. It was done May 22nd of 2022. He made the call. Are you ready for this? He made on the 6-meter band. That is awesome, man. Look at that. That's all from Wine in Africa. Beautiful. Mike, who's maybe going to win a photo award here on the 15th or 14th, whatever. My shack's almost done. Look at that. Mike, I think you're already doing quite well. Yes, you are. And here is Martin, a little bit of Mr. Bean. If you ever seen Mr. Bean, you would totally understand this. And he just takes the finger and puts it in his coat like it's a real gun. All right. Want to congratulate Steve, 2 Echo Zero X-Ray Sierra Hotel. Just got Master of Europe mixed phone endorsement on QRZ.com, mainly on 2015 and a little 10. It was a goal to chase. Congratulations. He's now got the Master of Europe tag on his page. Nice work, Steve. Now he goes intermediate. Now look at him go. Wow. Here is Jeff, W4EEY, getting ready to do some new classes for technician and generals. And it's got the video link right there. Find it on our Discord page, right? Kevin Deegan, he's building computers. Look at this beautiful computer he's building. My gosh, that's his workstation build. And in his spare time, Jeff is a drummer. Isn't that fun? That's pretty cool. All that stuff sent to us on our Discord page. Find it at ham-radio-live. I'll have a link to it in the description section below on the video. Yeah. That's fun. That's fun to do that. And why glad you like a little bit of crocodile rock. Ron Walensky, Elton John was good until he sold out with that. So I disagree 100,000,000%. In fact, what he says about that Goodbye Yellow Brick Road album was it was the most magical time in his life. Everything came together then. It really did. Yeah, that was a good time. You may not have liked the song, but that was pretty good. I loved it. That was my favorite Elton John. I think I like that one too, but there was another Elton John that I liked too. I was someone that was very, very fond of Pinball Wizard, his redo of the Who Pinball Wizard. Yeah. Let's see, Tom in Bahrain, still awake. That's amazing. Good job, Tom. Wow. I'm asleep. You like Levon and Tiny Dancer, both good songs. Yep. And Roger saying I can't keep Molly out of the water. And that's this time of year. Yeah, we've had a hot summer. And Jeff, thank you for that. Join us and post your own embarrassing videos or photos on Discord, right there at that link. That's pretty good. And Steve, you're welcome. Look at that. He made Master of Europe. Well, let's take a look at this. This is what Steve accomplished, okay? He made Master of Europe, and look at the comment here. 20 watts max on his G90 and a loft antenna. Don't need anything special to get in this hobby. He's right. Yep, he's 100% right. And then Wyan jumps in. Patience is the key to success. Folks, we asked a question during the show today. Of which famous ham would you like to have worked? And there's lots from throughout history, right? Hiram Percy Maxim. There's one. How about Marconi? If you could have worked Diego Marconi, wouldn't that have been something? Or Nikola Tesla? Oh boy. How about if you were Hiram Percy Maxim, or you worked Walter Cronkite, or maybe you worked Art Bell, perhaps, it would be, maybe it was, Joe Walsh, the Eagles. Man, a lot of guys, Tim Allen, amazing hams out there, amazing ones. Be amazing to still be able to make calls to them too. If you wanted to try and work Joe Walsh, 80 meters in the West Coast, 80 meters AM, you'll find him sometimes working there, right? Folks, we want to help you to join us in amateur radio. Today's show was a lot about shortwave, and I love shortwave to this day, and I'm a ham, and I'm not embarrassed of either side of it. I love both because both are a lot of fun to me. But if you've thought about getting your license and transmitting to distant lands, contact someone like the American Radio Relay League or this group right here. They're fantastic. The Radio Society of Great Britain, one of my personal favorites in the world, actually. Find them online at www.rsgb.org. Please hit the Contact Us bar. Let them know you want to be at your license and where you live. They'll send you an amateur radio club that's close to you to help you get your license. www.rsgb.org. We've got a first-time sign-off and a first-time funny commercial back to back. If you were in Hungary during the Cold War, this is what you would have saw on television at the time they closed the station down at the end of the show. My name is Larry. My call sign, Amateur Radio's Kilo 7 Hotel November. God bless you wherever you may be in this world. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching Ham Radio Live. Goodbye, everybody.
Híradós kollégáinkhoz csatlakozva elköszönnek a TV1 munkatársai. Szintén jó éjszakát, jó pihenést önöknek!